Hey, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whichever applies to you, depending on when you're watching this, where you're watching this from. This is B. Jamel Broadnax, the Conscious Bishop, and we're going to get started in just a second here, waiting on Apostle Lisa to come in. And I do apologize. I'm running a little late because I'm working. So we're about 5 minutes late, and I'm headed home. I had to do a drop off and I'm headed home. Did not know it was going to take me as long as it took me, but I'm here and I do apologize. I know y'all looking at the side of my head, but I'm trying to get home. So, but thank y'all for being here. I do want to make sure that we're looking good and sounding good. Let's see what we got going on here. All right, looks like we're looking good and sounding good. All right, I'm almost home. I'm going to, while I'm slowing down at this light here, I'm going to share this to a couple of places and then we're going to get started. Hey, whoever's watching, thank you for being here. Welcome to the Spiritual Life Center. Welcome to our Spiritual School of Learning. And with Apostle Lisa Graves. Oh, I think I just saw her. I just happened to look, and I think she's in there. So I'm going to bring her. Well, I don't see. Maybe she's not on camera. I don't see her on camera. So I won't bring her up yet. I don't see. I see she's in the studio, but I don't see her on the camera. I don't think. Oh, she is. She just sideways. So I couldn't see it. Her head is sideways. Apostle, if you can hear me, uh-oh. Apostle, if you can hear me, you're sideways. I see you in the studio and you're sideways. Your head is going this way instead of this way. All right, I think by the time I get into my parking lot, I think she will be ready. But say hello. If you're out there, just say hello to us. And let us know you're here. I'm going to look back in a minute and see if she's got her camera. I do apologize. I am driving, so I don't want to. But I will tell you this: while I'm waiting to get situated, because I don't want to be looking. I want to be looking ahead. So, but while I'm getting situated, I do want to tell you we have an exciting subject to share with you. You see it in the description there. Uh, when Apostle Lisa when she sent me her um, when she sent me her thing, her subject, I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to be great. Oh, let me show y'all something. Watch this. This thing got a self-park feature. Watch this. I don't know. Oh, we lost access. But watch this. Watch this. I'm gonna hit this button right here. Watch this thing park for me. Watch this. Look at this. Look at that. Ain't that neat? I ain't even got to park the car. Look at it. Go ahead and park. Look at go. Ooh, look at his stomach. Let's move the camera up. Ooh, don't look at his stomach. So I don't have to drive now. It's driving for me. There's Apostle. Oh no, I thought she was on there, but she's not. Look at that. Ain't that neat? That's so neat. All right. But we're going to go ahead and get started. If you're watching on the church page, it looks like we lost connection. No, it says we did, but I still see us. Apostle, are you ready? I'm waiting on Apostle. Apostle Lisa, are you ready? Apostle Lisa, I don't see her. Y'all give us just a minute. I'm just waiting on her to come back. I guess she stepped away. But anyway, she's going to talk about healing from identity expectations. So I'm excited to hear what this is about. Becoming who you were before they told you who you were. Apostle, are you there? Apostle, Apostle, Apostle Lisa. I don't know if she can't hear me. Y'all, I'm getting ready to switch to my home Wi-Fi, so I hope we don't lose Apostle.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can now. I couldn't hear you. I
Oh,
couldn't see you. We've been calling for you for a few moments.
okay. I was trying to get myself set up with the
Okay.
Facebook
Let me
and
I'm gonna
YouTube.
bring you down. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're gonna wait. She's not quite ready yet, y'all. But we're excited about and if you could just signal to me when you're ready for me to bring you up, please. Just wave your hand. I can't hear you, but I can see you down in the studio. So just wave your hand when you're ready. Hello, Miss Long, Jamia. God bless you. Thank you for being here today. Love you dearly. Glad to see you with us. Um, so guys, this is going to be a great topic tonight. Um, because a lot of you guys, you don't know who you are, and the reason why you don't know who you are is because you've been told who you are for so long by so many people. And hey, everybody! Oh, I'm so glad to see you guys popping up here. Hey there, Sonia Tyson, Elder Sonia Tyson, and Apostle can see you. She can't. She can see you too, even though she's not up. Apostle, she says, "Hey, um, Apostle, don't forget to signal down below when you're ready, so I'll know that you're ready to come up." Ashley, thank you for being here. So my that's one of my beautiful children in the Lord. Well, she's not a child; she's fully grown, but spiritual. I call her a spiritual daughter, or I think she gave me the signal. I do believe. Okay, and that that's look. I'm saying hello to her. She okay. I think she gave me the signal. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, we're gonna turn it on
Thank y'all
over
for
to
your
you,
patience. Can you hear me?
Apostle.
Can
Yes,
you not
ma'am.
hear me?
We're
Okay,
waiting
I
on
was
you,
saying no, I was saying thank you for your patience.
Apostle.
Yes.
We're ready for you. Go ahead.
Oh,
We're ready
okay.
for you. Go ahead.
You kept
Are
calling
you
my name.
ready?
I didn't know. I'm ready. Hey,
Okay,
what
we're
I was
waiting
saying,
on you. We
I was
just
saying,
sitting here waiting on you to start
I
talking.
was saying thank you for your patience. That's what I was
Yeah, we heard
saying.
you, but
So
we was after you
okay,
said that, you didn't
and
say nothing
so
else.
I thought you was trying to say something, but
No,
anyways,
we're
I'm
ready for
sorry.
you.
I so excited to be with you all on this beautiful Wednesday night right here at the Spiritual School of Learning. And that's what we call it, this segment here on Wednesdays at 7:30. So please chime people in, share it, comment, let us know what you think about it, ask questions, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can if we can't get to you here live. So those at any, if you watch about YouTube, Facebook, again, share, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And so I'm glad to have you here.
Hey,
Um,
let me break in real quick before you get too deep into it. Just in case, guys, I'm getting ready to switch this connection. I'm connected to my iPad's Wi-Fi, and I'm getting ready to go in the house. So I'm going to switch from my iPad Wi-Fi to my home Wi-Fi. So if it glitches or if we lose the connection for a second, it's going to come right back. Okay, so just want to let you. Hopefully, we don't have any problems.
all right. So um, at this point, I want to get right into our message on tonight because I want us to get through it. Okay. Again, you heard Bishop. Thank you, Bishop, for um, signaling us in. I appreciate it for the opportunity as well. Right here at the Spiritual Life Center. Okay. Um, the
Apostle,
topic
I
is,
apologize. We lost the connection for about a few seconds, so they might have missed a part of what you said.
so
I
you want to
apologize.
wait
I
till you
didn't think
get
that
in
would
the
happen.
house? Do you want to wait till you get in the house?
No, no, we're connected to the Wi-Fi now. But what I'm
Oh,
saying
okay. Good,
is,
good.
when it was connecting to the other Wi-Fi, we
Okay.
lost the connection
Lost a
for a few
little bit.
seconds, so they may have
Okay. So
missed what you
anyway, no, I
said.
was just saying, um, thank you for allowing the opportunity right here at the Spiritual Life Center. And as you heard, Bishop give us our topic on tonight. Praise God. And if you didn't hear it, I'm going to repeat it. So we've been talking about, transforming our fears and disappointments and things like that into victory, right? And things of that nature. And a lot of these things that we talked about, if you have not seen the video on all 3 nights, go and check them out. Okay. So I'm not going to repeat everything here, but we've been talking about turning our fears and disappointments and all the stuff, that makes us stagnated or, through trauma and things of that nature, how to turn these trauma and things into fear, into victory, how to turn fear and all those things into victory. Okay. Raising our vibration from those traumas and trauma and experiences that we may had in our lifetime. And so I hope that in that you are healing and that you're using those tools and being encouraged to recognize, become aware, conscious, and admit to them so that you can begin to heal and heal. And remember, forgiveness is always the root of the beginning of healing. Okay, so again, we're going to stay with this healing. And Lord was talking to me today. Well, it was yesterday, but today got really, really on me. So I felt like this was the message, the other part of the message of, I wanted to think of it as transforming our identity into victory. Let's just, ain't that nice? I like that too. So healing from identity expectations. And this is going to be a little bit mature audience only. I mean, everything we've been doing is mature audience. And so I hope it bless you. I hope it helps you, and to help you recognize who you was created to be from the beginning, becoming who you were before they told you who to be, becoming who you are, becoming who you were before they told you who to be. Okay. And a lot of us have over in our lifetime, even through trauma issues, fears, everything, have twisted out and distorted our identity. They have distorted our identity. And this is funny because I was explaining this to someone, in my 10-year-old. What she said, she was 7 years old. My 7-year-old granddaughter was listening in, and boy, she was asking questions like, I'm like, the person I was talking to, I don't know what happened, but I'm like, do you hear my 7-year-old granddaughter? Why you ain't asking the questions or not conscious aware of what I'm saying? I don't know, but people want to hear what they want to hear. But when you hear what you want to hear, called selective listening, hearing, it's not doing you well when God is trying to give you some tools to help you. And I was just kind of explaining to what God gave me, and it helped me. I mean, it really helped me. And this is some things my 7-year-old granddaughter said, that just, whoa, awaken me even the more. So this is to help transform your identity into victory. That identity that they told you who you were, who you to be, how you act, all of that, even through traumas and everything that we experience, bad or good, have shaped our identity. And today, if you stand in here, you think that's who who to be. You think that's really your identity. But how many of you know we have some we call identity snatchers in the house, okay? Whether it be in your house, in your job, or in school, we have identity snatchers, word snatchers, okay? And so there is a version of you that exists before labels touch, that before it touched your life, okay? Title before it was, you had titles, roles, opinions, and expectations. So there a version of you that existed before our labels touched your life. Before it was titles, roles, roles, wearing many roles, opinions, and expectation. A pure version, a whole version, and a God created version. But somewhere along the way, you and I were told who to be. Believe it or not, I can give you many examples of my life, and I will use my life as an example. And if I had not awoken and to realize that I am not operating in my true self, I would not be experiencing and doing exactly the things that I was wanted to do then, that I was told that not to do because, or to do because, okay? And because people, everybody means, special parents, everybody means things, they mean it for good, okay? They trying to save your life. They feel like they gotta tell you who you really are, trying to save your life. Only to find out you lost it along the way somewhere. So trying to shape your identity and things of that nature, because they don't think your spirit knows who you were created to be. So they think they're going to help, God a little bit. And today I want you to even look at it from your children and grandchildren's perspective, and from how you view someone, and tell them concerning their identity. Okay. The one thing we want to do is to rush people. We want to bring people into their actual true identity. We don't want to create an identity for them, or like we helping God or something, but we we want to help shape it, okay, and encourage them to be that authentic person. Where it was taken and snatched from you, oh boy, don't do it to someone else, okay?
Can I tell you, you just hurt my feelings? You stepped on my toes and hurt my feelings when it comes, because when you said children and grandchildren, you just really made me do some self-reflection.
And so, pastors.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, leaders.
Well, what I was thinking about is me trying to force an identity on my children. You know what
on your saying? Children.
On my children, like who
yeah,
I want them
that's
to
the strongest. Yeah, that's the strongest. But even as we become leaders in any role, we can also put an identity on someone. Somebody told me when I even got to college and I was going to Bennett, my actual counselor told me I wasn't college material. You see the identity and the disruption of who I was trying to be and walking in what I was trying to be. And because I had a little something, you want to diagnose me and tell me by your diagnosis what I'm not.
That's good.
You see what I'm saying? So people would diagnose you based on actions or your limitations and things of what they think you don't know and what you do know. You know what I'm saying? Based on height, color, whatever. Mm-hmm. Being a woman or a female, they'll tell you based on that and distort your identity.
Thank you for that. I apologize for breaking in right there.
No, that was good.
You hurt my feelings. You hurt my feelings a little bit.
But I want people to really hear that part, because that is the strongest part, because we now have a generation coming up and we want them to walk in their true, authentic identity. Yes. We don't want to create and distort who God created them to be and walk and do. Absolutely. Okay. But somewhere along the way, you were told to be, and without realizing it, you started becoming what was expected instead of what was true. I can relate to that. Can y'all raise your hands if you can?
Hold on.
Okay. What are your identity expectations? What is that?
You ain't even looking. I'm raising my feet too.
I'm raising my ears. Identity expectations, unspoken assignment placed on your life. Mm. You know, like be strong,
Okay.
be responsible, be the fixer. You need to be a little quiet. You're too much.
Mm.
Be the successful one. You know, you're the oldest. You're the male. Be what makes us proud.
Mm.
How many of us even said that?
That's me with
Do
my
what
children.
makes me proud. Me tell my children do what makes me proud.
Guilty.
Tell my congregation and my leaders and my workers do what makes me proud.
Guilty.
Me too.
Ashley, don't be
Over
laughing at my
time,
feet.
over time, they stop being the roles, they become your identity. So now it becomes a role that you play.
Woo.
It becomes a role. You become an actor. Those of you who wanted to be on stage, congratulations, you made it.
Oh my God, lady.
We made it.
Oh
And
my
everybody
God.
is going,
Oh my God, lady. That is fun. Ooh.
you see? And so
Whoa.
that became your identity. Romans 12:2. Do not conform to the patterns of this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. So in order for us to become into a authentic creating self that God created us to be and to be like and how to act, create character and everything is what we got to transform. That's making you bringing yourself into a victory. Now we're getting ready to be victory in our identity. So conforming, becoming what the world expects, transforming or transformation, returning to who God created you to be. Ain't that good? I like that. So the hidden cost of a false identity. Oh, it cost us. It cost us to miss out. When you live under the identity of expectations, you lose your authentic voice. In other words, you don't want to take up yourself and you don't want to speak truth. You're scared. You ignore your inner truth. Well, that's not really me. Well, I guess if they said it is, everybody said it must be true.
Mm.
You perform instead of to live. You performing. Yeah, we become
That's a
great
whole
actors.
word.
We became
Perform
great actors.
instead of
Yeah.
living.
You feel exhausted without knowing why. I want that part to sitting in. Salon, just sit with that one. You feel exhausted without knowing why. How many of you said, I am so tired? I too much.
Mm-hmm.
People bother me, they too much. I'm exhausted.
Mm.
Because you may be in a situation that you should not have been in the first place, and that is doing something that's too hard, that wasn't created for you to do. Nothing in our authenticness should be hard to do. We should be able to flow, and we should be able to have the grace. God given us the grace to do that He created us to be and to do, and called us to do.
You
So
know,
you find yourself complaining about, oh, I'm tired, I'm this, and I gotta take a break. You think about, are you operating in your assignment? Are you just conforming to what they say you should be and what they want you to be, so that you can make them proud? So you can make yourself feel like somebody because they told you back then you wasn't nobody. So if I do this and be this, maybe they accept me. I'll feel, but then you're tired. Because then you got to go home talking about, you know how ladies, we go take off that bra, we go home. We want to be free. So when you get home, you find yourself, exactly, you find yourself free. Because now you ain't got to perform. So now you in your house saying and doing and everything that you know that's your real self.
You know, I want to share this because this is how it's impacting me, and it might help somebody else. Um, you really, the more you talk, I keep seeing me.
Me
I
too.
keep seeing myself, and what I'm seeing is the expectations, healing from identity expectations, but the expectations that I, as a parent, have put upon my children. You know, one specific thing, my the next, you know, I got a child that graduated from college, but then I got the next child, right? That's graduated from high school this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And man, you just wow. And I just want her to go to college. I want her to go to college. I want her to go to college. That's my expectations. The identity I'm putting on her is a college graduate. That's the identity. But she keeps
Make
telling
the
me,
family
Dad,
proud.
I don't want to go to college. Dad, I don't, school's not for me. It's not for me. College is not for me. I don't want to go. And I'm like, no, but baby, you need to go to college. You got to go to college. You need to go. I don't want to go to college. And what really stood out to me, Apostle, I'll bring it up sometimes jokingly in a sly way to try to slide it in a conversation. And oh, okay, Ashley, I'm glad. So you understand what I'm saying. But I'll try to slide that in a conversation. But Apostle, hear this though. When I do that, I see how it triggers her
Confidence.
um say it again.
Is it confidence? Making her feel that she don't know what
Um
she's doing, or
No, Jesus Christ, I don't know why I can't. Her not immune, nervous system. I
nervous system.
see
Okay,
how it
yeah,
triggers
yeah. It
her
just, yeah.
nervous system. You see, and
Ooh,
um,
a deep one.
it triggers her nervous system, and she's like, Dad, please don't. Come on, Dad, let's not talk. So you know that just really hit me that we really have to be careful because when we're trying to place an identity upon someone. Here's what I learned from that, from what you're teaching me today, and my daughter's real life example in real time. What it's teaching me is that when I try to place or force an identity upon my child that's not her, it affects her nervous system.
Yeah, it does.
So
It
it's
does.
affecting her body.
It distorts her image.
So I've got to
Because
be
your
careful.
image is be a college girl.
Yeah. So I've got to be
That's where
careful.
that becomes she thinking, well, that's, you know, that could become, we can make that as a role of our identity, and it may not even be. And if at a time, if she may choose to go, you know, it can change.
Well,
It can
well, let me
change.
tell you, when I stopped talking about it, she started talking about it a little bit. And she, matter of fact, she had mentioned that she wanted to go, but she wanted to go somewhere off, uh, out of out of Greensboro. She
Yeah.
wanted to go relocate somewhere. But now she's back to not, she's not sure. But my greatest point is how you really help me is just the danger of
Mm,
putting identities on people.
yeah.
Because if it can get to the point where it affects them, their health, your nervous
Yes.
system is affecting you
Yes.
and it's affecting your health, you don't know
Yeah.
the damage. We don't know the damage,
Yeah.
Apostle, that we're doing to people when we force an identity upon
Yeah.
them and not allowing them to be authentic.
And you know, like you said, it's a lot of pressure. And because we are parents or leaders, they do want to make us proud. They want to make us happy. And I always tell my children, if you didn't want to go to college, fine, maybe take a trade school, take a course of some sort of something that you enjoy doing without the pressure of having to feel like you gotta try to do a good job, if you understand what I mean, you know. And but in due seasons, they do. Even we try to make them go to our church, our beliefs,
That's right.
You know, things of that nature. You don't need to be going to that church. You don't need to be believing in that. Again,
Let them
okay?
walk with authenticity.
Yes, because deep inside your spirit knows this isn't fully you. It is everything that has been said and done is not fully you. You can feel it. You know that you want to do it, but you know, back in the day, we were told not to talk back. Do what you say, do what's said, do what you do, and you know, everything. Just do it. You know, no questions, no nothing. Okay. No why, what, when, where, who. Yeah, none of that. Okay. You just did it. And I remember when I was going to college, I wanted to be a singer. You know, I wanted to sing. I wanted to be on stage. I want to act. Da da da. I traveled. I traveled singing on stage in high school and things of that nature. And so then it made me feel like that they were trying to say, Lisa, you can't really sing. See how I can, you know, but then you're making me feel like I can't make it without college. Like what you're trying to say, you know what I'm saying? So it can bring our confidence down, and then you disrupt the nervous system. So now they're afraid to try to do anything. Been there. So I decided to say, well, I'll be smart. You know, y'all teachers and all of it. I tell you what I do. I'ma still do school music, go to school for music, but I'm a double major. I'm gonna be a music and education. So, oh, they were good with that because why? Education was attached. Because they didn't think, what can you do with the music? What are you going to do? Well, I didn't have to have education. You know, I know a lot of musicians that they haven't gone to school for the education, but they in school teaching music. Okay. So, or they teaching music class, things of that nature, and they making their funds. But I was told to do that. And then guess what? When I went, I enjoyed the music aspect. But y'all, the educated part, woo, at the time was, I didn't see myself as a teacher on that level yet. You know, even though people came to me and asked questions and wanted me to know, and I did good in school, SAT was good, you know, but I didn't see myself as that because in your trauma, in your life, your child life, that's why it's good to heal that child, you know, that child, because, and because if you don't, a lot of things were said and done, and you pick that up and you carry it into your adult. And so you get those trauma, child trauma of, you know, you really confused. You really become confused about your life because you really don't know who the hell am I? What the hell am I supposed to be doing? Okay. Oh, they telling me I could do that, but I don't like doing it. I might have the skill and the talent, but that ain't what I really want to do. Just because I got the skill and the talent doesn't mean that's something I should, that's a career, you see. So they even want to tell you who the kind of man you should marry, what kind of woman you should marry. You see, it was something, Bishop, and hopefully God will bring it back to me. Something you were saying. We put expectations on ourselves, so we feel we got to do it with everybody else. Well, if I'm expected to do this, I'm expected to be this, I'm expected to, you know what I'm saying? So we reflect that. We really do on someone else.
We project it.
We project that. Thank you. We project that on someone else. And it's, y'all, come on, we're gonna wake up today. We waking up tonight. So this isn't fully me. Mark 8:36.
Okay.
What good is it to gain the whole world, gain everybody's respect, yet forfeit their own souls?
Woo!
In other words, be unhappy, just so you can gain their acceptance.
And lose your soul.
And lose your soul, lose your very being of who you are and created to be. So you gain approval and still lose yourself. And you wonder why you tired. Because you try to live up to something. You know, I used to tell people, if good is good for God, then good is good for me. We always trying to say, we got to be perfect. I want to be greater and gooder.
I like that.
But if good is good for God, then good is good for me. And let me tell you, he said when he created us all, he saw good, right? Let me tell you about trying to be perfect or greater than good. You got to keep that crap up. And it's exhausting trying to keep that identity up when you could just be good at what you do. You ain't got to be the best. You ain't got to be the proud. Just be good at what you do and love what you're doing because it's something good you like to do. So these expectations are often inherited. They are not chosen. They come from family survival patterns, mother and them trying to help you survive because that's how they think you should survive the way they survive. Cultural norms. This is what we did in culture to help us, safe. Trauma response. Yeah. Trauma shapes our identity. That's why I wanted to deal with that fear. Okay. And things of that nature, how to turn those things into victory. Religion pressure. And we all do that. We always try to convince somebody Jesus and the Lord is the way.
Mm-hmm.
Our domination is the way.
Or not the way.
Or not, or they're not. Yeah. So, y'all, a lot of pressure from all these things, even childhood experiences. So they told you, you're ugly, you're dark skin. So now you try to lighten up your skin and you try to figure out every kind of way to make yourself beautiful. Nose job, weight loss. So, I mean, I've seen girls, what they do, they regurgitate just so they can lose weight, or they eat expeditiously, like until they vomit it up because they don't want to lose weight because you're fat. Trying to not just live on a mental, but a physical and a spiritual and a soulish. Woo! When you mess up that creates who you are, we're going to be looking at you when you bust out in your real self one day. We're going to be like, well, where did that come from? I ain't never seen that before. They shocked. We're in a shock because your true self came out for once. You let go because you got mad or upset and you let it go. And they go, what? I can't believe she said it did. I can't believe she did. I can't believe she said that. That's just not like.
And a lot of
That's
times,
because they were performing. That's why it's like.
and a lot of times we really like it because
We do.
what we're really saying is, oh, I didn't know she had it in her.
Really? Really? Sometimes we do. That's the least I think we should have known. Exactly. I'm seeing that today in my own life. Okay. Examples, my worth, what I do. I can't be vulnerable. I can't let them know my weak side. I can't let them know my imperfections and what I don't know. I don't want them to think I'm stupid, I don't, pride. I must earn love. So we do all the works and all the performance, play all the roles, so that we can be accepted. Thank you, Holy Spirit. He brought it back to me when you was talking about your daughter. And we was talking about how we have high expectations on ourselves because we were told, men were told what to do and who they are as a male role. Women were told what their role was as a woman. And you was expected to do that. You were expected to go in there and cook them food. You was expected actually to be a mother when you probably didn't really want to be a mom. You probably didn't really want to be a dad, but it's expected of you to make a family because that's what the God said. Go and multiply. When multiplication can come in many kind of ways. I can multiply some wealth for my family. Come on now. But we give us this high expectation. So then when we get married or get boyfriend and girlfriend, we expect him to go out there and bust his butt and work. I used to tell people that if God told you to work if he gave your curse was to sweat by and work by the sweat of your brow, that's your curse. My curse was to have these babies and have some pain, and it hurt. So now you want me to take on your pain and go out there and sweat by my eyebrow and have the babies with pain too. Well, take on some of my curse. Won't you go have some babies and have some pain and work by the sweat of your brow? But you can't do that, can you? But ladies, here we are. It just takes two now. But we don't have to, and because of that, I want to say, not saying that women shouldn't work and not saying that men shouldn't take care of their babies. But what I am saying is there's a balance. Do how much you can do. And don't overexert yourself because somebody said you got to work hard. Who told you that?
Well, you know, it's like what you're teaching about. You know, healing from these identity expectations. You know, gender roles are a part of that identity.
Yes.
And you know, but in reality, we created those gender roles, even if it stemmed from our traditions, whether it be cultural traditions or biblical traditions, whatever the case is, we created those gender roles. But like you're telling us today, just be your authentic self. And if you as a female, because I know a lot of women like this, and honestly, I am like attracted to women, like strong, independent women.
Yes.
That like to go out there and have their own. I mean, if that is your authentic self, if that's you and your authenticity, don't think you got to sit home with your legs, like you said, this is for mature audiences today. So with your legs cocked up in the air, just you know, and on your back, making babies and having babies, and cooking and cleaning, you think that's what society says you are. But if that's not who you are in your soul, like you said,
yes,
the man to gain the whole world, even the expectations of the world, and lose your soul, your true self. You're a hustler. You're a hard worker. Get out there and do it. I know men that is, for me, it's not my authentic self. I would feel like a punk, you know. That's punk, you know. I feel like a punk myself, but I know some men that I know at least one man that stays at home and raises the children. That's what he does. And the wife goes out there and works. She don't work hard like by the sweat of her brow, but she's a professional and she likes what she does. But somebody had to keep the babies. So he volunteered so that she could explore her authenticity, and so that she could explore and reach her goals. He agreed, I'll take care of the children.
But that lets him know he know who he is. He know his identity.
He knows who he is.
It does not concern him about how much money she's making.
Come on, and
he's her being the money career maker.
Good, strong dude.
Yeah, he know who he is. He's come to find his identity that I can still be the man and help in another way. And he's balancing that out. So y'all get off that thing about, now if you do got a man and he ain't even watching the kid, and you got to take him to the daycare and he just sitting at home and playing the video games and shit.
We ain't talking about that.
We ain't talking about that shit. Excuse me.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna cuss. I knew she was though. We ain't talking
about that. We talking about some real, you know what I'm saying? And
that's not a man. That's a little boy.
That's a little boy. Okay,
little boy stay home and play video games. While their mama go to work.
Yeah. Okay. So
you need to get rid of that zero. Find you a hero.
You that again, the roles that religion. Okay. I have dreams and goals. I wanted to be an entrepreneur. I went to school to be what I wanted to be. I get married, and he want me to quit my job. Boy, we had a fight. We fought, and let me tell you what he did. He went to the elder.
Really? I didn't know that.
He went to a Wayne Clapper.
Really?
Who was my elder, who was my pastor apostle. And he said, well, I want to take care at least. And then he didn't even have a real job, y'all, like that. He wasn't even right making that kind of money. And I'm like, you want me to come out for my little 2 jobs and you try to find one. I'm like, no, baby, I'm gonna help you. We're gonna get this right? But we getting out of these here projects, okay? So anyway, he went, okay, again, religion can steal your identity. And I'm gonna show you something, and you're gonna look at yourself. I want you to look at yourself as I give myself an example here. But due to the fact that that's what the Bible says, you know, men supposed to be the provider and the woman's supposed to be the home keeper. And you know, and that's okay, you know, if that's your identity to do, but it just really wasn't mine. I really wanted a business. I ended up, he allowed me to do that, you know, to get that eventually, you know, my own nail salon, spa salon, um, and and things of that nature. But you know, he let me go and work with the children at daycare. So this is what I said, and this is why I was able to do it, because even though I was like, okay, here I am suppressing what I want to do to not assert authority, which is obey your husband and obey your leaders. That's what the religion teaches, right? And so I didn't want to assert my authorities. And these are 2 men and God with another 3 men. I'm against 1 woman, so I can't fight 3 men. So I digress. All right. I went and did what I was doing. But y'all, so yeah, he let me go to school. You know, he let me do those little things, and I did. But it was a hard life because we didn't have that extra income. I had needs. I couldn't, you know what I'm saying? And he couldn't provide it all. There's times we became homeless. I was like, listen, I told you this was the agreement now. If it find that we need me to go out there, then let me go out there to help. And there was times he said, I need your help, but go only for 6 months. I went for my 6 months. And then he said, okay, he came in my job and told them, all right, 6 months is up. She needs to come. She's retiring or something. He was she quit. Come on. I'm like, but I really liked the job. And it was bringing and helping us. Okay. But hey, it is, again, I didn't want to assert authority, but it delayed me. So, because here today, for 25 years, we were married, and for 25 years, I really had not really been on a substantial job. So it stopped. Like, I don't even know what's going on really when I got, shoot, I was 50 when he said bye-bye. He went somewhere. He done gained the whole world and I gained nothing. I lost. You see what I'm saying? And so now I had to find Lisa's place in this big old world. It's like a big old teenager kid trying to figure out her niche. And so, and when I was already a pastor, I was already doing what on those levels, and I knew I you know, helped with business. He had business. We did what we did. So I learned, I grew from those aspects. Thank God, you know, that I just didn't sit and just be pretty. I got my hands dirty when he was doing the car thing, you know, changing the tires and stuff and working on the cars. Yeah, I was out there learning, you know, making myself, you know, occupying the mind and not letting the mind be idle so I won't get into crazy stuff. I tell you, everybody can't, they ain't anointed to be a housewife or to be a husband wife, husband house husband, okay? Because you be in stuff you don't need to be doing. Because you be on strolling and say, let me go do that. Okay, so, but hear this clearly. I want you to really hear this. What you learn to survive, or how you learn to survive, is not who you were to create it to be. Okay, so we're turning back to the examples of why these expectations, how they were chosen in inherited. They wasn't really chosen. They were inherited down from, you know, lineage, generation to generation, and from religion and culture situations, right? So But here it clearly that's not what God intended. It's for you to suppress your talents and gifts and who you really are created to be. So returning to your true identity. Healing begins with one question. Now we're going into the healing. So do y'all understand how we got here? How we lost our identity? How we lost ourselves? And on the inside, we have heard. We take everybody's. We take everybody. Sometimes God can give you a resolution on something, but then we'll take the resolution of somebody else. Well, if I was you, or this is what you need to do. When on the inside, you already kind of knew what to do, and then when you share it, they be like, "No, that don't seem like that." Well, what won't work for you may work for me. Excuse me. You see what I'm saying? So, and what works for me may not work for you. Excuse me. Straighten my voice a little bit, so let me calm it down. I get so excited. Okay. So once you realize where the pain is, you can heal. You can heal. And our pain is what we've been told. You've had males to say you're not sexy enough, women. And you're not, you know, you're too hard. Cool down. Just because you know how to fix something. You ain't the person who gotta be like, oh, my nails. You know, doesn't distress. You're a strong, motivated, encouraging woman. So then a male or your mother would say, you need to calm that down. Okay, you're too much. You're too strong. You see. So then as you get older and that wins in you, then you find yourself, okay, well, oh, my nails. I can't do it. Well, you know how to do it better than a man. Same way with a male. It just goes on both sides of the fence. Okay. So our identity was shaped for us. Instead of them molding, like watching and molding us into that, what God is showing them about you. Okay. And that's one thing I come to learn. Was like, I watch my children, how they play, how they interact, how they respond to different situations, and what their passion is, and what makes them irritated and agitated when something happens or whatever. And I watch every little thing and I listen to their conversation, which helps me to say, oh, that's, Ebony's, okay. Oh, I watch her, she teaching. Oh, and where she goes, she want to be the teacher. She want to be the leader. Wait a minute. Oh, she like to help children. Oh my God, she gonna be a teacher. So what I did, as she began to find herself, playing the games or whatever in that way, I began to give her materials and begin to help mold and guide her into that. Because obviously she's doing a great job, and they're ran for Board of Education, and now she's on the ballot for November. So her teaching, went to school for teaching and counseling and social worker and stuff for the children underprivileged family. Guess what? She's actually doing that. I saw my son and see how he was moving. Y'all, I saw my oldest daughter. I said, you're going to be mathematical or something, because you just, Lord have mercy. Engineer, architect. Now she's a computer and doing all this. Oh, Lord, honey, y'all just don't know. But I molded them and guided them to that they were aiming for, which their soul was aiming them to and guiding them to. You got to be very careful. And I do that even with my grandchildren. And then I'm watching my children to see if they're doing the same thing they're watching and guiding and molding. And so it's amazing. So if we can do that, and if we have been done that, I think, if you see your child got a talent in dancing, ask them. If they want to say they want to go dancing and you looking at them like you stumbling all over your feet, let them go dancing. They'll figure out they're stumbling feeder. They'll say, I like it, but they want to be a gymnast. but they keep falling off the bar. They might come to the conclusion, like, I don't think I'm a gymnast, so let's not try it. But let them try. Don't talk them out of something they want to try. You see, he running football, but he running out of air. I was watching a video early. She said, my husband came home one day and said he came home and he had a good job working at the airport and said he talking about he wanted to be an astronaut. She supported him. She went and got her sewing machine and she made him an astronaut suit. made some grilled toast, put it in a basket by blade. He was sitting on the couch. He said, here's your lunch. Here, the moon is waiting on you. Call me when you get there. She supported him because that's what he said he wanted to do. Just whatever they say he want to do, just support him, honey. They'll realize, wait a minute. I tried it, but it ain't me. Okay, I'm glad I did. To know that it ain't me. They'll come to that conclusion themselves, and even you. So just be you, do you, and let the God flow through you. Okay. So healing begins with one question: who am I without expectation? Who are you without the expectations? Not who they said you were, not who life forced you to become. Because we know life can say, well, I had to do that because I had somebody tell me this. I got to do it. I said, you ain't got to do nothing but just stay your color and die. You ain't got to choose to do nothing. You can choose to be still and know God. But he's very convinced he got to do it. Well, if you have motives and your intentions, whether bad or good, that makes you feel obligated. Okay, we talked about obligations. Then you feel you got to do that out of obligations. Okay, come on now. See how that can shape you, because somebody can make you feel obligated, or you can make yourself feel obligated. And say, well, I got to do it because they're my friends. I don't want them to think that I'm against them and I'm jealous of them and I don't want to see them make it. So I let me call and check on them because I don't want them to think I don't love them. You know? Let me go support them because then they're going to think, Lord, I mean, come on. Okay. So listen. Life can force you into doing something that it wasn't for you especially within a season and a time, because it may not be your season to do certain things. And sometimes we can be forced into a season and pressured into that. And then we got to be that and pressured to be that. So, but who God formed you in, you from the beginning. Okay. So Jeremiah 1, we know the scripture very well. 1:5. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Come on now. Come on now. God, I'm going to just be honest with you. God may have said me and work to the sweat of your brow, but damn, I know he did. Oops, God, excuse me. I know he didn't say work to death, do you part. Don't work yourself to death. And so we think we gotta, you gotta provide for the family. You're supposed to be the man, the breadwinner, because you're the man of the house, and you gotta guide and lead, and you see where I'm going with that, and so therefore, oh my gosh, I gotta have 3 jobs so she can have this and he can have that and her can have this. But listen. I told my ex-husband, even my friend, I don't really want you to have 2 jobs. Let me tell you what I want you to have. Have one job that brings in the income, and then you can create one to do on the side. Okay? That's easy, light work. He wants you to work effortlessly easy. And that's what life is supposed to be. I told God, I'm working hard. I'm trying. Why am I not getting as far enough? He said, well, who told you to work hard? Well, they said, they said. But I said, my burden is light. My burden is light. I force nothing on you to make you go exhaust yourself and hurt yourself. No. And y'all know when we tired, we get mad and we mean. And the first excuse you say is, I'm sorry, I was just going through in my mind and I'm mad and upset. Well, what if we just didn't have to use that excuse anymore because we're working effortlessly, easily, and we're relaxed, and because we're operating in our own identity. How great that would be. All right, you can relax, be still and know that I am God. So your identity existed before the pressure. You are not becoming someone new, okay? It's going to feel new. It's going to look new to everybody who gotten used to that performance. Even you got used to the performance. Because sometimes I'll be like, oh, I didn't know I had that in me. Oh, no wonder I was tired and exhausted trying to do something I wasn't supposed to be doing, couldn't really do, but trying to make myself do something I couldn't do. I didn't have the grace. God give you grace to do what you're called to do and to be. Ain't it easy, ladies, to be ladies, isn't it easy to be a woman? Do you have to try hard to be a woman? No. Men, isn't it easy to be a man? Do you have to try hard to be a man? No. It's easy, right? Because I'm a woman in my authentic flesh, in my authentic being. So it's not hard for me to talk. And when men talk about how women sound, our pitch is higher than what we sound, that we hear ourselves be. They be imitating us, talking about, yeah, you be saying something like that. We be like, oh, stop that. Where to them, we sound that high. We high vibrational. And so, so when we're imitating a man, we be like, yeah. It's like, hey, so low. Well, I know you can't, it's deeper than that because I can't even go that low. But you being and talking in that physical body. So you don't have to try to be anything. If you're changing things, yeah, it's okay. Still the same. Identity is your identity. Who you're meant to be, you be. So how are we going to break these identities? First, let's break identity agreement. We have come into agreement with what people said, who we were. In other words, well, he said, I'm a hoe, I'm a hoe. So I'm going to be a hoe. You start acting like a hoe, you be a hoe, male hoe, woman hoe, name hoe, dog hoe, just whatever. We talking about dog hump anything. Haven't we seen them hump anything? They became what we told them they were. Well, that pretty much is the same with us. We become, oh, you're a failure. And then you find yourself being your failure. You call yourself a failure. You expect to fail even when you start, before you start. You don't sabotage yourself and a relationship before you started. So many false identities stays in place because they were agreed with in silence. Think about how many times somebody said something, you didn't fight your character. You really didn't fight. You just kind of, can't believe you said that about me. I can't, like a lady told me I wasn't college material. That's almost saying I wouldn't amount to anything. And my mother said that too. Oh yeah, I had my parents said certain things. People said certain things. Oh, you would never have a man to love you and marry you because you rock in the bed. Who wants to be beside a woman she rocking herself to sleep? Surely you find many that will. Oh yeah, I was a whole lot. I did become what they said. Ain't no more. I don't know. For you to know me, me to know you to find out. No, I just tease it. But really, so we accept that and feel that, well, I guess not. So you find yourself putting yourself in a situation that doesn't belong to you, or you allow somebody to put you in a situation that didn't belong to you based on those identity agreements. Okay, because you don't want to make what they said to be a lie. In other words, you pleasing them with trying to make them what they said become, all of a sudden they prophetic about your life. And so you help their prophetic to come true. And that's pleasing them and making them proud. See, I told you. And you say, I know. This makes you so happy to make them happy, huh? And losing yourself. Heck no. All right. Don't give them a time of day for that. So today, we break those agreements. Y'all want to break those agreements? Who have I been trying to be to survive? Okay. All of this is being done. We walk in these agreements and we walk in these identities because we're really trying to survive. It's a survival, survival flight mode. And so, let me just, keep peace. Let me survival mode because you don't want to argue. You don't want to be in a fight. Survival mode. Don't do that. You see what I'm saying? And so safe mode. You see, and so we do this. I don't want to lose my friendships. A lot of time it's about losing stuff. We don't want to lose our friendship. We don't want to lose our man, our woman. We don't want to lose our children even loving us. We don't, because if they know the real authentic version of us, they might not like me for real. So I got to perform and be and what they expect me to be. And I be that so they will like me and accept me, call on me when they need me and only using me. And then we get mad when we get home. We're exhausted. And you know why you're mad? Because you're tired and exhausted doing something you weren't called and assigned to do in the first place. Trying to please somebody. Because you want to lose. Hey, listen, losing might be the best thing to let an object or a person, place, thing go because you're wearing yourself out. And I'm for sure, I want to live my 120 years healthy. In other words, I could be 120 years old, but I'm going to be running and driving. But if I got all that going on and my whole nervous system is destructed, I might get there, but I might be comatose at 120. I ain't trying to be that. I'm trying to get this nervous system in its right position, alignment. I want to align with my nervous system, and I want my nervous system and myself to align with what God created me to be and who to be, okay, within my sphere, okay? So identity. Step one, who have you been trying to be to survive? Name it. This is not my identity. This was my adoption. So what have you adopted that's not, you didn't even really believe it, but you accepted it as a belief. And now you're experiencing it. They said you were poor in poverty. Now here you go. You see what I'm saying? Just because you didn't go to college, now you ain't gonna be nothing. You ain't gonna get no high paying job. Da da da. Honey, I know. Like I said, my husband at the time did not have a diploma. He came supervisor, and they told him, "Well, you got to get it though to get the position." He went and got it, but he became it before he got it.
Awesome.
So
We got
y'all
about 2 minutes. That's why I can't.
don't misplace. Okay, who you are. So you break the agreement. Whatever you adopted that you adopted, let it go. Release it. No need to perform, no need to prove or earn love. Let go. Who they wanted you to be and expected you to be. Okay? So, reconnecting to your true identity. You don't just remove the false, you must reconnect to yourself. We feel you know why you feel lonely? Because you're disconnected from yourself. It ain't about being alone or because you ain't got no friends and no man and no woman or no children and nobody. No, you feel alone because you're disconnected from yourself.
Say
and
so.
That's a lonely place to be, is to be disconnected from yourself. And that's what false identity can do for you. That's what it does. And we do not. We want to, as No Essence Love say, finding myself within myself. And we got to go back to that. We got to reconnect, go meditate and go within And hear self. Don't hear the Bible. Don't hear no religion. Don't hear
Come on.
mama and them. Don't
Come on.
hear God up in the air, up in the
Come
sky.
on.
Don't hear that God in. Hear that
Yeah.
voice within. Hear yourself. Connect and be friends with yourself and love on yourself and agree with yourself.
Ashe.
Oh, I feel relieved already. Lord, good Lord. I ain't even preaching hard, teaching hard. I'm doing it with grace because this is what I'm called to be.
Lord
And some people can see potential, and you just might not see it. So you might reject some potential, but it'll come back, and it's okay. Be who you are at the moment, right? It comes with process and learning. Okay. So when do I feel most like myself? When you're doing something, when do you feel like yourself? Who am I and when I'm not performing? Who am I when I'm not performing? Chilling. Ain't got to be seen and noticed. I'm glad to be hidden for a moment. It feels good to be an extrovert, whatever you want to be. Because sometimes we want to be that. We always think we got to be on display because they say, you're so funny. You got that gift and talent, the gab, and da da da. No, sometimes I might want to do that, but not all the time I ain't performing for you. I don't want to perform. Perform for yourself. Okay. Do something that you love within yourself and for yourself. Okay. What do I feel naturally doing? Not forcing myself. What naturally comes? How do you think? How do you naturally think about a thing in your perception that it doesn't trouble you, but it easily, gracefully flow with you? What is that? What is naturally? What you can do naturally? How do you feel naturally? When you feel that, do you really hate that? Yeah, I really do. Well, then hate it. Well, you ain't supposed to hate nothing. Oh, well, okay, then I gotta love it. Damn. And you know that's hard to love something that you don't like. Eat them peas, Lisa. Oh, I like them peas. Eat them. Okay, come on now.
And that's how we
With
grew up. That's the
pressure force.
indoctrination.
That's right, pressure force. Your true identity feels like peace without performance. You
Yeah.
ain't even got to be seen. I was telling somebody today, I'm tired of trying to make people listen. I wanted to be on stage, and everybody said I couldn't do it. I'm on a stage. I am going to do what I said I want to do, whether I get paid for it, come known for it, or whatever around the world for it. I'm just doing something that's naturally that I love to do and I like and I want to experience. So there you go. Come and see me
you
on
are a
June 10th.
natural on stage, by the way.
So freedom without explanation. You ain't got to explain why you're doing it, why you did it, and why you think that way, and why you should be that way. Truth without fear. This is my truth. And I'm okay with my truth.
And just a few more moments. We gotta bring it in.
Okay. So
Close
it
to
feels
9 o'clock.
like I don't have to try hard. You don't have to try hard. So what is the looks like in real life? Walking in your true identity looks like saying no without guilt, speaking honestly without fear, resting without earning it. Oh God, not over explaining yourself, and letting people misunderstand you and choosing peace, even though they didn't. Alignment over approval. John 8:32. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Integration declaration. Have them to say, this is me. Having you to say this, please. I release who I had to be, and I return it to I release who I had to be. Sometimes we had to be that, perform, right? And I return to who I truly am, that I am, that I am. I choose truth over performance. I choose alignment improvement over approvement or approval. I choose peace over pressure. Amen. So being without performance, speaking without fear, resting without guilt. Listen, Don't let nobody make you feel guilty because you sit at home and you rested for a day and you lost some money. And now when it's time to pay your bills, and then you get you know you're a little short because you missed that day, and you got to go ask somebody, can I borrow? And then they look at you, well, you so lazy because you should have went to work. Listen, don't make them feel guilty. If that's a season for you to sit down and lay down and rest your ass rested, okay? And then go borrow it and tell them, then you go to work so you can give it to me. Be at peace with that. Don't let nobody feel guilty because a lot of time, what you say, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. And so,
hey,
you can hear-
you don't want to hear me. You don't want to hear me. Let me tell you what I said. Let me tell you what I said.
I
I
probably
said,
think
don't
I
ask me
know.
for shit.
Take your butt to work.
I said, don't ask me for shit. Okay.
Take your butt to work. But I'm not saying those who don't work and they just, but we talking about people who really work, but you're tired and you just want to sit a day out. Okay. You better have some PTO. Okay. Pay day off.
Exactly.
So
Hey,
just
we
existing
gotta, I know we've been saying this over and over.
So,
we gotta bring it in because
I'm getting ready to bring it in. This is it.
I'm supposed to be on a call like 10 minutes.
Existing without proving. Okay. Exist without proving who you are. 2 Corinthians 5:17. If anyone in Christ, anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. You are not your survival identity. You are a divine expression of God's truth. All right. So I hope this helped you. Like I said, we kind of had to move forward, but you know what? You'll get it. It's in you.
If you want to continue this next week,
we can.
You got a lot more left. Feel free to continue it. Yeah.
I think, like I said, this will be a continue. Like I said, it's connecting with the fear and all the stuff that we've already gone over. This is a connection because all of that did change your identity. Okay. And so I release every false identity. I am not defined by expectations. I am no longer who I had to be to survive. I love that one. I am who God created me to be. I walk in truth. I live in freedom. I am whole, aligned, and at peace. Thank you for being with us and taking time out with us. I appreciate your time. We don't take it lightly. We don't want to come on here and just give you something that it ain't going to change your life. We want to change. We want you to, we want you to, we want to be here to help you change your life. I always tell God, help me. All right. So these are some tools. Maybe this would allow you to sit back and allow yourself to say, who am I? We can say I am that I am, but what is the I am? What is that I am? Not what they said God said, that they told you God said who you are, but really, who are you? Some of us are in ministry just because they said you supposed to be in ministry. So we go in ministry because we want to make our parents or whoever feel some kind of way. And you having a hard time. It's hard. And sometimes the grace have not been there.
I got to get on a call.
Okay. Really so I thank you. I love you. And that's that. So I can't even do the hour. Just come and visit us at 1519 Bartow Place. Go ahead. In Greensboro, North Carolina at 2:30, please. And you can come at 1. Bless you. Love you.
All right, y'all. I'm not going to be able to say anything else because I got to go, but I love y'all. See ya. Thanks for being with us. I hope you enjoyed it. I know you did because I know I did.
Bye-bye.
See you.